Hello and welcome to The Insider, a show designed to clue you into the biggest news, events and announcements inside the video games industry, discussing with you some things you may know, some things you may not, and the glue that holds it all together is a little bit of my own opinion. My name is Paul James, thank you very much for watching, and let's kick off another episode.
Heil Hitler!
Heil Hitler!
So 2017 has been a big year in video games. There have been lots of announcements, there's been lots of news, there's also been a lot of games released in a year that has been widely considered as one of the biggest, busiest, and best of all time. Compared to the likes of 1998, 2007, this is a massive year. And there's a lot of games that you've played, there's a lot of games that I've played, but there's a lot that have also slipped through the cracks, simply because there is just too much to play and not enough man hours to actually play them. So in this week's episode, I'm going to dive into 5 games that are potentially high profile, maybe not, but they're games that you may have missed over the course of this year and that I recommend that you give a go between now and the end of the year.
Tonight, we burn.
So the first game we're going to talk about today is an Australian game, so a little bit of local love here. I'm talking about Hollow Knight. Now, if you're not familiar with Hollow Knight, it's a game that currently only exists on the PC platform. It is coming to consoles in 2018, so maybe if you're a console-only person, it's one to look forward to going forward. But if you're a PC person, it's there right now and you really should play it. Hollow Knight is a Metroidvania-style game that sees you're basically in a world full of bugs, which sounds simple, but it's a Metroidvania-style game, and basically you're on a journey to find this long-abandoned insect kingdom called Hallownest. I don't want to spoil much more than that, but it has incredible depth. It is up there with the very best of the Metroidvanias, and it's one that you're well worth considering. So please, maybe pick it up. 2017 has been a big year for horror games, highlighted by the likes of Resident Evil 7 and Evil Within 2. And as a result, when you add those into a few other VR experiences and several other kind of really high quality horror games that have come out this year, a game like Little Nightmares, the game that we're going to discuss now, has been easily forgotten. Little Nightmares is a game developed by Bandai Namco, published by Bandai Namco. And basically you assume the role of Six. She's a little girl trapped in the Maw, and that's a vessel essentially for sick and powerful creatures, and it's all about Six's attempted escape. I'm not going to spoil any more than that because it's something that's well worth experiencing. This is a game that has been widely acclaimed for its atmosphere, its sound, its graphics, the feel, the scares. It's doing some incredible things in this space, and it's one that's well worth considering, so maybe pick it up. The game's coming to PC, PS4 and Xbox One. If you're a viewer of Patched or the Video Games Club, then you already know of my love of Nex Machina. Nex Machina is an arcade-style experience developed by Housemarque, the best studio in the world when it comes to arcade-style games. And it came out to PS4 and PC this year. It is fast-paced action, challenging yet accessible, and it's just one of the best games that Housemarque's ever made, which is a big call given that this is the studio responsible for Super Stardust, Dead Nation, and of course Resogun, a PS4 launch title that seemed to be the talk of the town when the PS4 first launched, despite the fact that there were some big AAAs for both the PS4 and also the newly released Xbox One at the time. Nex Machina is one of the great games of this year, and it is one that you cannot afford to miss. If you've got any passing interest in arcade style, old school twin stick shooting, this is the game for you, so go out and pick it up. Prey is one of those big AAA experiences from Bethesda this year that just for some reason haven't seemed to get the sales numbers that they've perhaps deserved. Prey is a horror style game, so we've already had one of those so far. I'm talking horror again. It's a horror game with Metroidvania style progression that basically sees you attempting to escape from the Talos 1. This is a big space vessel that's basically been infected by an alien species. That species are called the Typhon, and they can kind of jump into different objects in the environment. Basically, nothing is safe. Anywhere you go could, in fact, like anything that you're going by, this pillow here could be a Typhon, and it could just jump out and attack you. And that constant on-edge feeling is something that basically saw the game really well praised for its atmosphere. It's one of the great horror games of the year, and it's one that's well worth experiencing, so go check it out. The game's available for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Looks like we have some tests to run through today.
The fifth and final game for today is one that could see me in a little bit of trouble with you guys. This game has been nominated for Game of the Year at the Game Awards, an event that was held today as of when you're viewing this, so who knows, maybe it even won. I'm talking about Horizon Zero Dawn. Now, it is a strange thing, I'm sure some of you are thinking, for me to actually put this game forward. The reason I'm putting it forward though, is that it came out in a strange window. It is one of the most acclaimed games of this year. It sold a few million copies, but only a few million copies on a PS4 console that's now sold about 70 million units. And I largely attribute this to the fact that it came out alongside The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, a game that has been hyped and anticipated for half a decade. It was coming alongside day and date with the Nintendo Switch, this impressive new platform, and for all that Horizon had a 1 day, 2 day jump, depends on which region of the world you were picking the game up in, despite the fact that it might have had a day or two head start on Zelda, and despite the fact that it reviewed really well, the conversation never really got going with it because all people wanted to do was talk about Zelda. A game that is deserved in its praise, but it did steal some of the thunder away from Horizon. So if you're a PS4 owner and you have not played Horizon Zero Dawn, at this particular point in time, it is my personal choice for the Game of the Year. It may not win at the Game Awards, it may not win it from other publications. It is my personal take for Game of the Year. If you've not played it, please go out and fix that.
Aloy of the Nora, what brings you to Meridian?
There's a threat to us all. Men in masks, raising up ancient machines. And I've seen their leader.
From the depths, I will raise an army. A storm of shadows to take back what's ours. What's it doing to them?
Taking control. You can see the corruption coming off them like smoke.
You've come a long way since the Citadel, Aloy.
Who are you?
An interested party.
So it's been a very crowded year in 2017, and those are the 5 games that I highly recommend you get to if you've missed them for any reason to this particular point. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, share and subscribe down below, where you can catch up with weekly episodes of The Insider, of Patched, of the Video Games Club. There's Player 2 plays, there's trailers, and there's a whole bunch more. All this stuff can only be found at our YouTube channel, so please like, share and subscribe. Let me know down below if you've got any other games that you feel I might have missed, or some that maybe didn't deserve to get the highlight that they did today. Let me know down there with what you think. Please make sure to visit the website, player2.net.au, where you can catch up with a whole bunch of reviews, previews, features, opinion pieces, there's news, there's a whole bunch more. The Player 2 draft is wrapping up. There's a whole bunch of stuff that can only be found at the website. We have some of the best talent in Australia working with us, so please be sure to go check it out. It's an awesome place to be. If you want to catch up with some more ongoing daily updates, make sure to follow myself at PaulJamesP2 on Twitter, the website at Player2AU on Twitter, and otherwise, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.